What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing a little bit of work on my newly acquired HP Z600 workstation. There's a video coming on this eventually maybe, but right now I'm just going to do some upgrades. I've been really toying with this thing to see exactly what it can do, and it's extremely capable for the money I paid for it, which was not a lot at all. So what we're going to go ahead and do today, a while back I got this little, you guys can't really see it too well, but there's a little SanDisk, like just whatever the cheapest SSD you can basically buy. That's a name brand is. It's just a 120 gig. It's almost full, so I'm going to go ahead over to something a little bit nicer. This is a PNY SSD. It's a 480 gig, SATA 3 obviously. Only problem, this computer is actually not SATA 3 compatible. This is SATA 2, 3 gigabit per second, and this drive it goes up to obviously SATA 3 6 gigabit per second. So I won't be getting the full potential of it, but I do have some other computers that I'm might be able to throw this in. But really, I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, so another thing I'm going to do is when I reinstall onto this, I'm going to go back to Windows 7 Ultimate because I'm not a big fan of 10. I've used 10 for a few months now, basically since I got this thing, and I'm really not a fan of it. Don't like it. So this drive here's I got a 64-bit version of Windows 7 for Ultimate, excuse me. And since I'm going to be doing that, I will also be able to go back to my Sound Blaster X-Fi Extreme Gamer. I like the X-Fi. I can tell a little bit of sound difference on my Corsair speakers because of the 24-bit audio as opposed to the 16-bit that this thing can do. But yeah, so what we're gonna go ahead and do is pull this sound card out and go and get that out of the way. Super easy on this HP. No screws or anything. You just got a little tab in the back. Just swing that out, and as long as all these cables that I've got down here, yeah, didn't even hang up, come right out. So like I said, Audigy 2, great old card, but a little bit old for this. Still a good card though. Alright, and we got the X-Fi installed, which is all fine and dandy. Now what we're gonna do with this hard drive caddy I've got up here, actually it's really nice. I can so on the front bay it's a media card reader, and then in the back it's got an option to install two 2.5-inch drives and a 3.5-inch up on the top. So super convenient, really nifty for a system like this. It was only ever intended to install 2 hard drives into these quick release bays up here. I've got a couple 2 terabytes up in here that I got from work, but besides that, you gotta have an SSD, man. You just got to. So let's go ahead and get to swapping this thing out. I just got extremely lucky, so I had to take out a couple of the cards obviously to get to it. It's my 1050 Ti over there, nothing anything too special, but I realized that since I'm going to keep my other SSD in here as well, I was going to have to add another SATA cable, and thank goodness HP actually included another SATA cable. That is awesome. I'm super glad to see that. So it's going to be a little ghetto for the power. So basically on here you've got 2 SATAs, a 4-pin floppy connector, and then a Molex connector right here. Then I've got this that powers a like a fast charge port, but it's got a pass through, so I'll be able to just plug in let's see, this little guy right here that I got from work, a SATA or a 4-pin Molex to SATA connector. So cool, everything will be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get this done. Alright, so it all went to plan. The SSD is in there just fine. That little adapter is a little ugly, I guess, but I'm not too worried about it. Main thing is now I've got 4 terabytes of storage up here, and I've got like 600 gigs of solid state storage, and I could still put in another 2 terabyte right here. All I'd have to do is unplug the eSATA port off of this card reader, but it is very tight clearances. As you can tell, but it all worked, so I'm happy with it. Cable management's not too bad. I mean, it could have been better, I guess, but I don't have any zip ties, and quite frankly, this thing doesn't have a side panel window on it, so I'm not too worried about it, but I think that looks okay for now. So yeah, let's go ahead and put her back together and get Windows 7 reinstalled on this beast. I love the internals of this thing, like how well laid out everything is. I really want to upgrade it to 48 gigs of RAM. I've really been looking at going to 96 because there's a few game servers I'd like to run. I'd really like to host a dedicated Halo Combat Evolved server and maybe like Minecraft or something just for the fun of it, you know. But yeah, let's go ahead and get it up and see all 24 threads in Windows 7. Let's do it, guys. You know, and before I even get back into reinstalling, I know there's going to be some people out there wondering why I went from that custom build I had a while back to a MacBook Pro, and then I went to that HP down there, and just, you know, back and forth a lot. I've really been having trouble figuring out what I want as a main computer, and this totally fit the bill for me. So, you know, you can go up to 2-3 gigahertz 6-core Xeons, which is cool, but you've got all the expandability and all that you want. So I've got USB 3, a 1050 Ti, a capture card, my sound card, and all that. And everything for these systems are just so cheap. Like, you can get, these are X5650s, but you can go to X5675s, which are 3.06 gigahertz with 12 megabytes of cache on the level 3. You can do that for like $80, and you can also do the 96 gigs of RAM. I only have 24, but you can do the 96 gigs for like $200, and the whole system itself costed me right at $270, and this is how it came, minus, you know, all the storage and the cards and all that. But it's just, these are wonderful machines. Definitely awesome. Alright everybody, so a little time has passed. Got this thing all set up. She is rocking just fine with the new SSD, and man, it's awesome. It's nice to have a little bit more storage. 120 was not enough, and I bought that for a little side computer, and then I gave my mom that, and she doesn't use her computer enough to where she needs an SSD, so I took it and I put it in this, just, you know, because why not? And I needed something bigger, so yeah. And I've got 447 available, or installing Power Director, so she's kind of flickering, but 447, 380, and, you know, I haven't really moved in on Windows 7 just yet. That's the other SSD that I'm going to use for, I don't know, I might put Linux on that, because I really want to experiment with Linux on this computer. I've got 2 terabytes that I'd like to bump up eventually, because this is going to be my video editing drive, and this is going to just be storage, and I've still got a lot to move over from some external drives, so I don't know, maybe we can try out some like 4 or 6 terabytes or something like that. But yeah, here's the specs. You know, you got 24 gigs of RAM, you've got your 7.7, you know, the world's most accurate and important benchmark, of course. And then this is the crazy part right here. I love this. That's so cool. And you know, we're using 5.5 gigs of RAM about. It's really cool. I like it a lot. I'm getting ready to try Power Director out on here on Windows 7, and we'll see how this works. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing a video from me, like once in a blue moon, I guess. So give me some ideas on what to do, guys. Really need it, and I'd like to start doing some stuff again. So see you guys later. Thanks.